Ben's wishes. I have an uncle who read books for children. I didn't see my uncle very often when I was a child because he lived in Africa. But he came to see us sometimes. When he did visit us, he usually told me one of his stories. I loved them all. But Ben's wishes was my favorite. My uncle told me to me one winter when it was very cold outside. I was about 10, I think. Boy called Ben had two older brothers. The older boys often felt hungry and often got angry because they were so poor. Go and work in the fields, they said to Ben each morning. Eat up some vegetables. Make us some soup for dinner. Ben always answered in the same way. But I want to go to school and learn all about the world. The brothers just laughed and said, Don't be silly. You are clever enough to go to school without us. So Ben didn't go anywhere. He just worked in the field in the rain, digging and planting and digging. One very cold morning, Ben was planting some onions when he saw a gold silver cup on the ground. He picked it up, sat down under a tree and cleaned it with his scarf. Then, very carefully, he put it down on the grass and lifted it back. Ben was tired and wanted something to eat, but he only had one small sandwich in his bag. He took that cup and said, I'd like to have this sandwich, but I'd like the lovely warm drink. Suddenly, the silver cup was full of hot chocolate. He then was very surprised. He drank it all. He still felt cold. He looked down at his old jacket and the cup again and said, I like it to have the jacket, but there are hundreds of holes in it. I wish I could have a new coat. A beautiful coat made of wool suddenly appeared from somewhere in the sky. Now Ben was very surprised. He put it on. It felt soft and warm. Then he opened a small book that belonged to one of his brothers. Ben looked at the cup one more time and said, I'm lucky to have these books with me today, but I like 100 new books so I can learn all about the world, please. Suddenly, 100 new books fell on the tree that lives in the tree about him. Wow! Ben couldn't believe it. He felt so lucky. He laughed and laughed, but old cup in his pocket had his books home, sat down by the fire and read them all. Then all the brothers came home. They were really said, I found an old cup in the field today. I think it understands about wishes. It gave me hot chocolate, a warm coat, and 100 new books to read. I will learn all about the world and all of the animals that live in our world too. If you want to dinner, just ask the silver cup for it. The two older brothers looked at Ben's new coat, his new books, and the silver cup on the table. One of them picked it up. He got very angry. We have no wish too. Give us our dinner. We want it this minute, he said. Empty bowls were suddenly full of vegetable soup. The brothers couldn't believe it. Cup, the oldest brother shouted. Give me a room full of money. Give me more money than my brother and a room full of sweets, the brother said. Suddenly, there was sweets and money everywhere. The brothers began to fight. The cup, one shouted, No, give me, the other one said. Get mine, get not yours, give it to me. The cup fell on the ground and broke. And all the sweets, money, vegetable soup, Ben's warm coat, and his 100 new books disappeared. They were nowhere in the house. I felt very sad when my uncle told me that part of the story. But then he added, but the cup couldn't make all the stories about the world disappear from Ben's head. And when Ben was man, he visited all the countries in the world and wrote lots of stories about the animals and people who lived there, tell to children. I never knew my uncle's first name. I just called him Uncle. Perhaps, but just perhaps, it was Ben.